Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. I love noodles, particularly the type of noodles which frequently known as lo mein. However, I don't cook noodles very often because most of the time I feel that I just don't have the right kind of noodles to cook. It was not until my friend, I will call her Susan for the purpose of this video. Susan is an excellent Italian cook, and she suggested to me, she said, why didn't you try pasta in cooking lo mein? I think at the time, just due to my personal bias, I did not think that it would work, but it turned out to work great. So now I use pasta all the time to make lo mein. In this video, I'm going to show you how I'm going to make a chicken lo mein with angel hair spaghetti noodles. Okay, let's get into the kitchen, see what we could do. For this noodle dish, I decided to use chicken as the meat. However, I could choose other type of meat such as beef, shrimp, or even pork. The main reason for my choice for chicken is due to its availability. I just purchased some chicken not too long ago, and I have prepped them, so my freezer has quite a well stock of chicken. I find myself use chicken more often than other meat, perhaps with the exception of shrimp. I definitely use chicken more often than beef, and probably the main reason is that chicken is significantly less expensive in comparison to beef. Furthermore, chicken provide a better health reason. I normally pack my chicken in 8 ounces package, so this just gives me enough chicken for the dish that I want to cook. So in this case, I use chicken more as a condiment rather than as a main ingredient. I have coated this chicken with cornstarch, and you can see that they tend to stick together, and also the cornstarch seems to stick to the bottom of the wok. And probably the reason for that is that I did not season the wok very well when I first start to cook. Normally, I season my wok with my spot seasoning method. If you are not familiar with this method, you can take a look at this video. In this case, I did not spot season the wok. As you can see that the wok is quite sticky. Here, I try to use the wok spatula to scrape off the stick burn particle as much as I could. I next add some scallion to the wok. Turn out that I have some scallion that I need to use up. But you can skip this step, it's not necessary, and also you can add as much as little that you would prefer. Actually, the burnt particles that left on the surface of wok is quite difficult to clean if you're going to clean it in the sink. But I use this method, I call it spot cleaning. I add water directly to the pot that has burned material. As you can see, the water evaporate almost immediately. And then I use the wok spatula, and it is very easy to detach. By using the water to remove the burnt particles at the bottom of the wok, it actually creates a light sauce. I next transfer the chicken to a plastic container and set them aside to be ready to mix with the main dish later on. The cook time for this chicken is about 2 minutes. The reason I cook them separately from the vegetable is I can control the texture of the chicken. I did not wash the wok. As you can see that the wok actually looked quite good after I cleaned it with my spot cleaning method. For the vegetable, the only vegetable that I need to cook in extended time is the purple cabbage. I choose the purple cabbage because I have some available in the refrigerator. The purple cabbage will work very well in this dish. I always have some purple cabbage in my refrigerator. I like the flavor as well as the texture, but more importantly, the purple cabbage adds nice color to the dish. A stir-fried cabbage tastes much better than when they are being microwaved or boiled in water. Another great advantage of cabbage is that they have a very long shelf life in the refrigerator. For example, this cabbage that I cut up almost a month ago, and they still remain excellent and very fresh. So you probably want to do what I have done over the past couple of years. I learned the shelf life of different ingredients, so I know what I need to use up right away and what I can let them stay in the refrigerator for a while. Next, I decided to do a taste test to test the texture of the cabbage. I don't want it to be too soft, but I also do not want it to be too crunchy. So far it is great, and I'm ready to go to the next step, which I'm going to add the noodle to the wok. For this dish, I'm going to use spaghetti angel hair noodles. Now, traditionally, it is recommended that you use a Chinese egg noodle to cook this dish. However, I don't always have this kind of noodles in my pantry, so this in many ways prevents me from cooking this dish. When I mentioned this to my friend Susan, she suggested to me that perhaps the pasta noodles might work as well as the Chinese egg noodles. So I decided to give it a try, and it worked out really well. The one thing which I learned it will make the noodle taste better is that when I cook it, I should not cook it too long. In fact, normally it's recommended to be boiled in water for 4 minutes. I usually would do it only for 2.5 minutes. This is important because the noodle is being cooked, for example, right now in the wok. I definitely do not want them to be overcooked. Next, I'm going to flavor the dish. I'm going to flavor it in an Asian style, so I'm going to use oyster sauce followed by hoisin sauce. And of course, I could season it in many different ways. For example, I can season it in a Thai fashion by putting a peanut sauce, or I can season it in a Italian way by putting cream and cheese. As you can see at this point, there's nothing will predetermine what the cuisine style of this dish should be, because none of the ingredient in there has any significant identifier to a particular cuisine. Although I must admit, with the kind of a vegetable that is added to the dish, it clearly have an Asian flavor. For a dish like this, the sauce is very important, so I start to add water to create a sauce. This is the traditional way to make lo mein, by mixing the sauce and the ingredients with the noodles, because the term lo actually means mix and mein means noodle, so lo mein means mixing the noodles. I turn down the heat at this point, or turn it off completely, because I really don't need the heat anymore. All I need to do is that to mix the sauce, the ingredients with the noodles as much as I could. Okay, now the dish is ready. The next step is to add other ingredients to mix in with the noodles and the purple cabbage. I add the colored pepper toward the end because I do not want to overcook them. In fact, just the heat in the wok is sufficient to cook them. In cooking this meal, I don't have to do any prep because the purple cabbage and the pepper has already been prepped and stored in the refrigerator. Because of this reason, advanced prepping is a crucial part of my fast cooking system. When you have all the ingredients available at your fingertip, it not only makes cooking faster, but it also makes it more fun and enjoyable. I transfer the content to a serving plate. The total cook time of this dish, from cooking the chicken to all the way finish cooking the vegetable with the noodles, is about 10 minutes. So this dish is cooked entirely spontaneously without a lot of planning ahead. The only thing is that to find what is in the refrigerator and use them in this dish. This video is a good demonstration of flavor chasing. In this case, I treat the angel hair noodle slightly differently to create the type of texture that I was looking for. I find that by undercooking the angel hair pasta noodles when I boiling them, it achieved the exact texture that I want. In many ways, this dish is very simple because it's based on a set of templates that you probably already familiar with. The first template is the chicken stir-fry template, and you can substitute the chicken with shrimp or beef and using the appropriate template accordingly. To cook the purple cabbage, all I have to do is to use the stir-fry vegetable template. The final template is how to combine all the three ingredients together with the noodles. And together with advanced prepping, you will have all the ingredients mostly ready for you when you're going to cook. I truly believe my fast cooking system is a solution to home cooking in a modern lifestyle. When you combine flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking, you can cook almost anything you want with a very small amount of time. And by making constant adjustments and modifications, you can create a huge repertoire of dishes. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you next time.